Welcome students. Now we'll discuss about the module first for the program second year BSc Agriculture Honors for subject Agricultural Engineering for third semester. The course code is COMP 231. The title of the course is Agri Informatics. The name of the module is Introduction to Computers. I am Mr. Vinod Atkari, Assistant Professor, Don Bosco College of Agriculture, Goa. The outline of this current module is we'll discuss about introduction of computers, characteristics of the computers, different computer generations and anatomy of computer. So in details we'll discuss about introduction, characteristics, computer generation, anatomy of computers. So at the end of this module, students will able to learn about all these things. So what is meant by the computer? In simply, we can define a computer is an electronic device which is capable for processing of the data and producing the useful information out of that raw data. So word computer which is coming from the word compute, which means to calculate. The computer is calculating device that can perform various arithmetic operations at very high speed, which we can't do manually. Currently, computers are used especially for the data processing. So here in this diagram we can show it is a raw data we can process with the help of computer, and finally we will get the finished data, which is the information. So it is an electronic device that stores and manipulates information. It is used to carry out arithmetic or logical operations automatically by the use of the computer programming. So here we can discuss about 8 characteristics of these computers. Start from automatic, speed, accuracy, diligence, versatility, power of remembering, IQ, and no feelings. So first characteristics of this computer, it is automatic. As it is automatic machine, it works without interventions of human beings. So once it is started, they can perform their own job, like it is a automatic machine. Second characteristic is the speed. Computer is very fast device. It can perform millions of operations in 1 second. So like in microsecond, nanoseconds, millions of operations it can perform, which we required more time. Third one is the accuracy. It is very highly accurate to carry out the jobs assigned to it. The chances of errors are very less in these computers. Fourth one is the diligence. It can work continuously for hours together without any effect of monotony. It can do same work for longer time without tiredness or lack of concentration, like this. Fifth one is the versatility. It can capable of performing almost any task, any complex calculation it can perform with different logical steps which is given in its program. Sixth one is the power of remembering. It can store and recall any amount of information because of its secondary storage. There are 2 types of storage, primary and secondary storage. We can store whatever data in for longer duration in secondary storage, and we can retrieve that data from that drive whenever it is required. That is the remembering power of this computer. Seventh one is the no IQ. It has no its own decision making capacity. In this regard, we have to give inputs, then only it will work. So computer has no IQ. IQ is equal to 0 for computer. 8 no feelings, as we are devoid of the emotions as a human being, but computers don't have any emotions, no feelings and no instincts, because they are machines. So these 8 important characteristics are there. Next is the generations. There are 5 generations of the computer. Blaise Pascal invented the first mechanical adding machines in 1642. After that, Charles Babbage is called as the father of modern digital programmable computer. We have to study here these 5 generations. Start from first generation, which is start from 1942 to 1955. Second, third, fourth, and now the 5th generation is going on. It started in 1989. Till date, it is called as the 5th generation. So we'll just study about all these generation in short. This first generation computers are manufactured by using the vacuum tubes. Vacuum tubes are look like this. There are 2 electrodes, cathode and anodes are there. So inside this glass, these vacuum tubes, is there. It is a electronic switching device. It is used in this first generation computer to increase the speed of these calculations. So the vacuum tube computers perform computations in milliseconds, that is 10 raised to minus 3, and all these computers are known as first generation computers. Second generation computers are more higher speed. It is 10 times faster than the first generation, because here instead of vacuum tube, it is transistor used. Transistor was used, which is invented by the John Barden and this scientist in 1947 at the Bell Laboratories. So transistor was proved better electronic switching devices than vacuum tube. So transistor will look like this. Third generation computer, the generation is from 1964 to 1975. In this generation, integrated circuits are used. It is called as IC in short. So it looks like transistors or resistors and capacitors on single chip of silicon. Like this, it is shown in this diagram. So IC technology was also known as microelectronics technology, which is the third generation computers. It is used in these third generation computers. So we can perform around 1 million instructions we can give per second. So this is the speed of this third generation. Next generation is the fourth generation, which is started from 1975 to 1989. So this generation uses microprocessors in the computer. So whatever the computers are in this generation, it is called as personal computer. In short, we are just calling it as a PC. It is a personal computer. These are the high-speed computers, which can be networked under this LAN and WAN, which is the local area network and wide area network. So this is about this fourth generation computer. And last one is the present generation, which is called as fifth generation, which started from 1989 to till date. So in this generation, this internet is evolved. Then this VLSI, that is the very large scale integration or ultra scale integration technologies are emerged, and we can perform 10 millions. Speed is more. Microprocessor chips are used. 10 million electronic components are used to produce that microprocessors. So the fifth generation computers are more compact even than the fourth generation, and more powerful also. So the cost of the computer machines are also reduced. Portable notebook computers like our laptop, tablets are evolved in this generation, and most probably this internet changed this history of these machines, which is emerged with the www. That is World Wide Web, or various programming languages also are come out of this generation, that is Java, CPP, like this. So this is about fifth generation of this computer. Next is the anatomy of computers. We can call it as a basic computer organization also. So first is the inputting. We have to process the whatever raw data by giving some instruction to the computer, that is through these input devices like keyboard, mouse, etc. Next is the storing of that data. Whatever data we are providing, it will be processed and it will be saved to make it available whenever that user required. That is the storing. Next is the processing of this data. It is processed in this central processing unit. It is called as CPU. So various operations like arithmetic operation, wherever it is addition, subtraction, multiplication, divide, etc. Or logical operations like we have to compare like equal or less than, greater than, like this. Or on data to convert them into useful information. It is known as processing. So all these operations are completed in this unit. Next is the output devices. We can print the output in the form of paper, or we can just see on the screen on monitor. Next, the controlling, directing the manner and sequence in which the above operations are performed. It is known as controlling. So this is in short the anatomy of the computer. We can show the monitor, CPU, printers, everything. Next is the organization diagram of the computer. So we are just classifying here this diagram in three parts, that is the input devices and output devices and CPU, that is central processing unit. In short, we'll discuss about all this diagram in detail here. So input device, here we are just giving the input to the computer for processing. As computer don't accept our language, it will be accepted in only in binary codes, and hence all the inputs must be transferred into first signals or codes, so that will be taken care by this input unit. Input unit performs various functions, like it accepts or reads our instructions and data from outside world. It converts that data in computer acceptable form, that is the binary codes or language, and it supplies the converted instructions and data to the storage devices for further processing. Next is the output devices. As computer process data in the form of their language, we don't understand that language, then again it will be converted into user friendly language through these output devices. Next is the third part is the central processing unit, that is called as CPU. It is also called as the brain of computer. It acts like a brain of computer, and CPU itself made up of three components, that is the arithmetic logic unit, control unit and storage unit. Arithmetic logic unit, in short we can call it as ALU. It is a device where actual execution of the instructions and calculations and all comparison, or that is decision making operation, takes place. So this is very important unit in CPU. Second one is the control unit. We can call it as a manager. So it works like a manager. It does not perform actual processing operation on that data. It acts like a central nervous system for other part of the computer system. Last one is the storage unit. Storage unit of computer comprises two types of storages. First is the primary storage, second one is the secondary storage. Primary storage is the main memory. This is, we can call it as a volatile memory also. So as it loses the information in it as soon as the computer system switch off or resets. But secondary memory, it is called as auxiliary or permanent memory. It is much cheaper than primary memory. Here we can retain whatever data stored in this memory whenever computer switch off also, so or reset also. So this is the storage unit. So these are the references for this module. Thank you.